Hey creative friends, Rebecca here, and I've got the first demo of using an NFC tag to trigger an action. And so we are out here in a Honda Pilot, and I have stuck an NFC tag to the dashboard. And so this one is designed to tell the family that somebody is on their way home. So all we have to do is come in with our cell phone. And we're using Android phones, and so we're going to use our Android phone to scan the tag, and then it will send a text message to all four of us that somebody is on their way home. Awesome, it worked. So I've got it set up to where that text message will go to 4 different people, and so that text message is going to tell them that whoever is driving the Honda Pilot is now headed home. But there it is. Hey family, I'm headed home in the Pilot on today's date at such and such time, and I've got it set up to use military time. So stick around and I will show you how to set up this NFC tag. Alright, so it's super simple to be able to set up an NFC tag to send a text message. And so these instructions are going to be on an Android phone, and I'm using an application called NFC Tools to be able to write those instructions to the tag. And so you can, these NFC tags again are very inexpensive. You can find them in many different places on Amazon, but this tag, you can use a permanent marker to write on them pretty well. But if you want to go over the top, like I did here, I used a Cricut Joy machine to cut out a vinyl sticker. You could also print a sticker and just glue it on here. But I got a 2-for-1. If you're really patient, then you can use both parts of the vinyl cut out. So have to have a lot of patience for that with these teeny tiny pieces of vinyl. But anyway, so these are super cute, and as of right now, just to show you, they are empty. And so I'm going to show you how to program the tag to be able to send a text to somebody. And so we can see now that that is an empty tag. So all right. So the application that we're going to use is in the Play Store, is NFC Tools. And then the NFC task goes hand in hand together. If you need your tag to do some sort of special task, then you'll need this app to be able to handle the permissions for it. But other than that, once you load it, that's where the permissions get handled, but you really don't have to do anything in that application. So, and so if you were to get the app from the App Store, then we have the ability to go over here to tasks, to add a task, and then I just want to show you the phone operations here. If we click under that category, then notice that we have the option to an SMS, a text message. We can compose a text message or send the text message, and you'll notice in this basic version on the App Store, this one is unavailable, and that's just a security feature. Google does not want somebody to have a tag that just automatically does something without you being aware of it, so it's a security feature. And so this is the app that's on the App Store. So a way around that is the company, and I'll put a link down below, the company has set up what they call the Standalone edition, and so you can go get the exact same app in the Standalone edition off of the website. And so let me, instead of opening the task, I'm going to open NFC Tools Standalone edition. And if we look at the tasks, then again, it's very, very similar. The menu looks identical. Whenever you go to task to phone, you'll notice that now we do have the option to compose a text message, but also to send a message. And so that's what we're going to do on this tag. All right, so before we do that, let's go in and just read the tag. So I'm going to approach my tag again. Again, these are both empty. I'm going to approach the tag. It's able to scan it since the app was open. It gives me information about the tag. And so it was able to scan it and get information, basic information about the tag. And so what we want to do is write has very simple operations. So for instance, you take a user to a website or have just a piece of raw text, or take them to a YouTube video, prepare an email, and then they have to click to send it. So there's some basic things under here, but we're going to go back over to tasks to add a task to this phone category, and we're going to send the message, not just compose it, but actually send it as well. So send a message. And then you'll notice in here, if you click on this, it will take you to your contacts list where you can pick the person that you want to text. And then in here, you can just put in your simple message. So I'm going to just say, hey family, I am headed, home. Oh, and I like this cute little icon. I am headed home in the Pilot. So we have a Honda Pilot, and my teenager drives it some. And so whenever he's out late at night, I'm going to have this tag in the car where all he has to do is just scan the tag with his phone, and it will send us a text message that tells us that he's on his way home. And that will give us hopefully some peace of mind knowing that it's late and he is headed home, and that way we can keep an eye on the time, make sure everything works out great with his ride home. All right, so a simple text message, but we can also add to that, because this message over here are variables that you can add into your text message. So I'm going to click on that, and there's several of them in here, but the one that kind of makes the most sense for this particular tag is I'm going to add a date in our US format where we do month, day, year. So I'm going to add a date, and then you'll notice in there I get my keyboard back up. I'm going to add just some text around that. So that's going to replace that with the actual date when he scans the tag. And I'm just going to say at. So at this date at, and then I'm going to go in and add the time. And they have different ways of adding the time. I'm actually going to do the military time, where it does the 24-hour format, because I think it looks better. The other one puts an AM and PM in there after the hour, instead of, well, let's see, hour. Let me double check. I think that does hour, and then if you want minute, that's right. If you want minute, you have to add that. So I'm going to do hour and minutes. And then for that to look good, I'm going to put a semicolon, or not a semicolon, but a colon in between, so it looks like we're used to for hour and minute. All right, so with that, I'm going to go in and plug in a text number. So at this point, I'm going to come back and insert a different video clip here so I can show you with just some made-up phone numbers. I couldn't get the blur to work correctly on the video, so I'm just going to do this, and I want to show you, because I'm going to end up adding 4 made-up phone numbers that would duplicate what it looked like for our real phone number. So just 1 2 3 5 5 5 1 2 3 4. That'll be our first phone number. So again, we've already got our text message in there that we want to send, and then we're just going to tell it what phone numbers we want to send it to. And so what I had done is I want this to go to 4 different phone numbers. I don't know that there's a way to do it to a group text chat or not. I have not gotten that to work, so I had just listed all 4 phone numbers as a part of this task. So to do that, you can go in here to this particular message we've already put in, and we're going to click on it so that we can duplicate it. And I'm going to duplicate it a total of where I've got 4 of them. And then for these other 3, all I had to do was go in here and edit each one, and then just get it to go to a different phone number for each one of those. And so that is super simple. So just whatever real phone numbers you use is just fine. And let's see, let me edit this last one. Now, normally you would just click on this button and that will open up your contact list. And then that way all you have to do is scroll through and pick the contact people that, if they're already in your contacts, you just pick them. And then if you have a certain phone number that you want to put, then you would do it there. So this is what I ended up having on the real tag. And so the message going to 4 different people. And so once we have that all the way we want it, then we are then ready to write this information to the tag. And so just showing you the motions of that, you click on write, and it's super straightforward. It wants you to approach the NFC tag. And again, as long as you have not made this read only, you can write to it as many times as you want. But be careful, once you make it read only, that is permanent. So this is actually the second tag. It's still empty, but I'm going to approach it and then see how easy that write was. It doesn't take very long at all. So, all right. And then I will go ahead and just exit out of everything. And then we will pick back up with my real tag just to show you that it really does work. And then I'm going to now pretend that this tag is in the car, and we come in with our phones already on and logged in. Then it will allow you to scan this, and it has sent a message to all 4 of those people. And then there is my text message coming in. So all 4 of us just got a test text. But now that is programmed, all I have to do is simply attach it in the car, and we're good to go. Thanks for watching.